maybe the academics and lawyers and so on can understand. We elect a government. The leader of that government then decides to appoint somebody to go to the Bank of Ghana to serve the interests of the people of Ghana. And all of a sudden we are told that those who were elected and mandated by the people of Ghana cannot tell the governor what to do. What nonsense is that? And we have allowed this to persist. And we defend it. And we justify it. We elected a president. We will elect another president very soon. We will keep electing presidents. Those presidents cannot be subordinate to any of the appointees. And we must make that point quite clear. This nonsense, absolute nonsense, of the independence of the Bank of Ghana and its governor and so on must be thrown into the waste paper basket, must be thrown into the dustbin. It has no relevance to our issue. In whatever we do, it is the will of the people which must matter. In whatever we do, it is that taxi driver, that nika operator, that truck bar operator, it is their will, their interest, which must move us forward, and not the interest of some God-forsaken academics whose only boast is that they went to Harvard and they have doctorates in economics and so on. Nonsense. Why? All of those universities and all of those degrees have not prevented the city from losing value. From 4 cedis, 20 pesos to $1. Today, we are exchanging the city at 12 cedis to $1. No Harvard degree managed to stop this. So don't waste our years with your Harvard degree. We don't care.
Whenever I say my PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Until for higher PENDREAM TV in Patchos and your first time I subscribe to channel no found Sabo Addo money to set the video be a tour. Ube first person I website. Usha video new send the voice note to mine. I was 0277128777 0277128777. I be bo actually Ghana for you na. Until for yanko share and video number.
You and I, the taxpayer, to fix it, to recapitalize the central bank. And that's why you should be worried. The mess this government has caused is incredible, shocking, and irredeemable. It's unacceptable, and Ghanaians should not forgive this government for such a mess. And our vice president cannot run away from this fact. The outlook for our country still looks grim, notwithstanding the sacrifices that the ordinary Ghanaian has so far shown. This Bawumia-led economic mismanagement team should be apologizing to the people of Ghana for destroying livelihoods, our country, and our motherland. And let me take this again. This Bawumia-led economic mismanagement team, and you know them. 1, Alhaji Bawumia, Mr. Strategist, or excuse me. 2, Ken Oforiatta, 1 program, 1 bond. 3, Printer 1 and 2 deputy printers. They should be apologizing to the people of Ghana for the mess that they have created. They should be apologizing to us for the mess that they have created. To put it simple, the Bank of Ghana cannot unilaterally write off government debt without the approval of Parliament. This government does not take responsibility for its failures. The performance of this economic mismanagement team, despite the hype since 2017, over the past 7 years, has been abysmal, to say the least. In conclusion, let me say that the Bank of Ghana, with Governor Addison and his 2 deputy governors in charge, has aided the Akuffo Addo and Bawumia government to derail the macroeconomic stability achieved since 1992. The one that every successive government has helped build. They have derailed all the gains that we have made, the reputation and the gains. After careful assessment of the policies implemented by the current managers of the Bank of Ghana It is clear and without doubt that the deterioration in the macroeconomic fundamentals is due to policy missteps since 2019 after exiting the 16th IMF program. All this mess started after 2019. Beginning 2019, as soon as they left the IMF program. That is when they said that, hey, now we have freedom. Let's mess it up. And they started messing themselves and messing the people of Ghana up as soon as they had that freedom. The overarching policy for price stability in the context of Ghana is the implementation of prudent monetary policies that ensures general price stability and inflation within a target band of 8 plus or minus 2. That is the monetary overarching policy of the government of Ghana. But what is the reality today? Inflation is currently 43.1% and rising, even though projected to be 31.3% by end of the year. 43% and rising. Monetary policy rate is 30% and rising, and commercial lending rate is now 36% and also rising. 91-day T-bill rate is now 27% and rising. So clearly, you can see that the overarching policy of monetary policy has been defeated. And the constitutional mandate of price stability imposed on the central bank, they have failed. And that is why the governor there and his 2 deputy printers must all leave. We, the minority in parliament, do not believe that those who caused the mess at the Bank of Ghana, Addison the printer and his 2 deputy printers, are capable of fixing this mess that they created themselves. It requires a new set of leadership at the Bank of Ghana. Why are we embarking on hashtag Occupy Bank of Ghana protest march? Ladies and gentlemen, let me restate this. Our protest march is to back our demand for the immediate resignation of Governor of the Bank of Ghana and his 2 deputies. They mismanaged the Bank of Ghana and illegally and excessively printed money between 2019 and 2022 in contravention of the Bank of Ghana Act, leading to a hyperinflation of 54.1%. This pushed an additional 850,000 Ghanaians from middle class to extreme poverty. Their reckless mismanagement of the central bank also resulted in a loss of 60.8 billion Ghana cedis, causing a negative equity of 55.1. They also illegally and unacceptably wrote off an amount of 48 billion Ghana cedis of government debt, as well as other acts of financial malfeasance by the governor and his 2 deputies. These are the reasons why we are going to embark on hashtag Occupy Bank of Ghana March on the 5th of September 2023. Join us, fellow Ghanaians, to make our country bold and strong. Thank you.
Shall we give it again to the minority leader? Who are the economic mismanagement team again? 1, the strategist. 2, 1 problem, 1 bond. Okay. What? Yes, after that. Yeah. Number 3, the printer and the 2 deputy printers. Indeed, they have wrecked this country. And when we say it like this, you may think it's a joke, but indeed, so many Ghanaians are suffering from the mess these people have created. From the hyperinflation they inflicted on us alone, and how that wiped away the liquidity of the poor Ghanaian and the ability to even afford 3 square meals a day. It's indeed very sad, and these people must not get away with this. And that is why we entreat you that on the 5th of September, come join us. Let's support the minority in Parliament to protest against this gross and reckless mismanagement of our central bank. On that note, I want to acknowledge the media houses again who are taking this coverage live: Wezo TV, TV3, TVSYZ, Pan-African TV, GH1, Metro TV, UTV, Power FM, Accra FM, and all the other social media channels that are taking this broadcast live. We want to thank you once again for your constant support for our programs. On that note, we are about to listen to a wrap-up. The economists have spoken. The lawyers have spoken. Now we are going to hear from the voices of the people. Ladies and gentlemen, Comrade Kwesi Pratt, Jr.
Well, dear friends, after the very elaborate presentation by the minority leader, there isn't a lot that anybody can say. So I'm going to say just a few things. And the first thing I like to say is that I have no capacity for stopping coup d'etats. And I don't do things for which I have no capacity. I'm not going to stage a coup d'etat, but I cannot stop one. And that's the point I want to make very clearly. Those who want to spend their energies stopping coup d'etats at a time of grave national crisis like the one we live in have a huge responsibility. And I don't pity them, and I don't want to be with them. Friends, so much has been said about the conditions in which all of us as Ghanaians find ourselves today. And the conditions are dire. If we fail to do something now, today, this time, all of us are going down. So we need to see this as a crisis, as an emergency. And it is not just about the Bank of Ghana. What is happening at the Bank of Ghana is a symptom of the real problem. So as we focus attention on the Bank of Ghana, it's important that we focus attention on everything that is happening in Ghana. The statistics have been thrown at us. We know that today we need 128% of total national revenue to repay debt, to pay interest on debt, and to pay public sector workers. What else paints the picture of the situation in which we find ourselves today? We are dead broke. When we repay debts, when we service debts and pay public sector workers, we cannot buy a bottle of water. That is the state of the Ghanaian economy. But you know, friends, all of us have been here. All of us have heard the different arguments and so on. The Electoral Commission messes up. If you complain, they come and say, we are independent. Bank of Ghana messes up. When you complain, their refrain is that we are independent. All of these constitutional bodies, when they mess up, their excuse is that they are independent. Independent. of the Ghanaian people, and their independence does not matter. Their independence does not give them powers above those that are expressed in the sovereignty of Ghana. Now, what is happening? There are some things that I can never understand. Maybe the academics and lawyers and so on can understand. We elect a government. The leader of that government then decides to appoint somebody to go to the Bank of Ghana to serve the interests of the people of Ghana. And all of a sudden we are told that those who were elected and mandated by the people of Ghana cannot tell the governor what to do. What nonsense is that? And we have allowed this to persist. And we defend it. And we justify it. We elected a president. We will elect another president very soon. We will keep electing presidents. Those presidents cannot be subordinate to any of the appointees. And we must make that point quite clear. This nonsense, absolute nonsense, of the independence of the Bank of Ghana and its governor and so on must be thrown into the waste paper basket, must be thrown into the dustbin. It has no relevance to our history. In whatever we do, it is the will of the people which must matter. In whatever we do, it is that taxi driver, that nika operator, that truck bar operator, it is their will, their interest, which must move us forward, and not the interest of some God-forsaken academics whose only boast is that they went to Harvard and they have doctorates in economics and so on. Nonsense. Why? All of those universities and all of those degrees have not prevented the city from losing value. From 4 cedis, 20 pesos to $1. Today, we are exchanging the city at 12 cedis to $1. No Harvard degree managed to stop this. So don't waste our years with your Harvard degree. We don't care. Why? The price of food has risen by 300% in a matter of 2 years. Price of food has risen by 300% in a matter of 2 years. Look at the price of petrol. Look around you. The other time I was telling the story of somebody I knew who fell sick and had to be admitted at one of these hospitals. After 21 days in hospital, his bill was 178,000 Ghana cedis. This is our situation. If your mother falls sick and after 3 weeks has to pay 178,000 cedis, your mother will die. How many Ghanaians can afford that? This is the crisis we are talking about. Clear. It is not difficult at all. Today, a ball of kenke is 5 cedis. Fish no come yet. And I have a friend who eats 6. I am not joking. And I'm not exaggerating. When he has to eat KK, 6 balls. Bernard says he also eats 6. But, dear friends, this guy, 6 balls in the morning. He has brought 30 cedis already. Let's say the wife is a moderate eater, the wife will eat 1. 35 cedis. He has 3 children. How much? How much? We have reached 50 cedis already. Fish hasn't come. Pepper hasn't come. Extra onions no come yet. And that is just for the morning, for breakfast. Get up first. Because if you don't get up, you can't do nothing. So get up first. You want to win election 2024? Beautiful, good. Win the election, but win that election before you do the things that you want to do. Sometimes, when I see some of the things happening, I honestly begin to wonder. And I mean it. I really begin to wonder whether that election will be won. I want to talk to you frankly, openly, and so on. You see, when government sends its ministers to parliament to be vetted, and you have parliamentarians of the opposition come and justify approving incompetent ministers by claiming that they come from the same towns and speak the same languages, then you know that elections are difficult to win. Why? A lot of the problems we have today in this country is because we have not fought. When we have to fight, we don't fight. We run away and make all kinds of stupid and useless excuses for not fighting.
All right.
That is why we are here today. You want to win the election 2024? Work for it. You want to win the election 2024? Show that you are different. Show that you are offering us something better than what has been offered to us. All of this ain't taking us anywhere. My friends, I'm here today largely because I still have a lot of hope in the Ghanaian people. I'm here today because I recognize that ordinary people, railway and engine workers, Makwala women, unemployed young people, wrestled British colonialism to the ground. Britain, powerful Britain, was defeated in Ghana. And I'm aware of that. I know the power of the masses. And I know that with the power of the masses, there's no problem which is beyond solution. And that is why I'm here. I'm here today because I believe that we must start shouting now. We must start talking now. We must start mobilizing now. Because if we don't, my goodness, we are in trouble. We are in big, big trouble if we don't act now. Now, in mobilizing, in acting, in speaking out, let us not be in any doubt that we will be confronted. There will be attempts to stop us. We will be wrestled to the ground. Let us be in no doubt that that would happen. It is only when we are in no doubt that those who are responsible for underdevelopment will try to strangulate us, stop protests and so on. that we can mobilize to the maximum to show that the masters are the ordinary people of this country. That's the only way. If we proceed under the assumption that the road will be smooth, well paved, like the road to hell, they say the road to heaven is not good at all. They say it is like the road to that place in the Volta region. So if we begin to assume that that road is going to be smooth and so on, we would make no progress. It is a tough battle, it's a tough journey, and that is why you need the toughest of our men and women to wage this struggle. And the toughest of our men and women are who? The kebab seller, the truck driver and mate, the Uber driver. You understand? The Nika operator, the chop bar operator. Those are the people who will bring the real change to Ghana. And those are the people who need to be in the forefront of our struggles for liberation from poverty and all. You know, my friends, all kinds of prescriptions have been put forward for national economic revival, for the solution of the problems that confront us, and so on. I want to repeat that those solutions have been proven to be useless and incapable of solving the problems that confront us. Why? What are the solutions? Devalue the cedi. We have devalued. As a matter of fact, between 1983 and now, the Ghanaian cedi has been devalued by more than 28,000%. It hasn't taken us anywhere. They say the state should not be interested in enterprises. More than 400 state enterprises have been sold. How many of them survive today? They are all dead. They say we should remove subsidies on social services. We have done it. We are still here. So those solutions don't work. The solutions put forward by the IMF and the World Bank only deepen our poverty and make us worse. So in this battle, we are not just fighting the current administration. We are fighting all those who aid them, who direct them, who supervise them. And that includes the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund. They are our enemies. They are our enemies. We cannot embrace them under any circumstance. Why? They serve definite interests. And in this struggle, it is our duty to reject bourgeois arrogance, bourgeoisie arrogance, bourgeois arrogance, the arrogance of the elite, those who think that what matters are the letters they write after their names, even some of them before their names. Bourgeoisie arrogance, those who see no good in the carpenter, those who believe that they are ordained to be masters forever. Their kingdom is coming to an end. And the earlier they realize that, the better it will be for them. Here we are. And I have no doubt that many of you here, the majority of you here, if not all of you, are clamoring for change. In the next few months, you want to see change. Ally? Yes. You want to see change? Yes. Does it matter whether you are Shanti or from the Volta region or from the central? Does it matter? So when you hear your leaders going round mobilizing some of you to come and say that John Mahama must necessarily choose somebody from the Volta region as his running mate, are you happy? When you hear your leader say that me, I'm the one who can mobilize Ashanti, so choose me as running mate, are you happy? Are you happy with this stupidity? Are you happy with this reasoning which is holding us back? Are you happy when the Bank of Ghana is indebted? Bank of Ghana has lost 60 billion and some of your leaders are behaving like this. Are you happy? Are you happy that we are in this mess and we are being divided along regional and tribal lines and so on? Let us all unite and do the do in order to take us forward. This demonstration which is being organized, no doubt, the police will go to court. This is not the first time they are going to court. They've always gone to court. Felix is laughing, he knows. They've always gone to court on any excuse. Sometimes it's about the roots and so on. So what do you do? What you do is to apply your gumption. Apply your gumption. What do you want to do? You want to show that our people in their masses are fed up. They know that things are not going well. Do you want to do something beyond that? You want to send a signal that the people are not fools, they know the truth and so on. Does it matter whether the police go to court or not? Do the do, man. Do the do. What is this? Look, every Ghanaian has a right to free expression. And no force on earth can stop that free expression. No force. It has never happened before, and it's not about to happen now. Free expression will be defended with our everything, including our lives. Some of us did not spend all these years in prison to come out later in a so-called Fourth Republic to be told that you cannot demonstrate. Anybody thinking that they can stop demonstrations in this country must be living in cuckoo's land, because nobody ever will be able to stop demonstrations in this country. Dear friends, I have an engagement somewhere. I think I've already spoken too much, and I apologize for that profusely, but I wish you well. And I know that ultimately, all of us will realize the dreams of those who led the independence struggle in Ghana. And what are the dreams? That we should own our own resources. Our resources should belong to us. Our gold, our diamond, our bauxite should belong to the people of Ghana. That's not asking too much. That these resources should be exploited for the benefit of our people. That's not asking too much. That in the final analysis, we are the only people who can choose our leaders, not an electoral commission. Not an electoral commission. We will choose our own leaders. And I am sure, absolutely sure,
we are all involved. We are all involved in building a motherland. Arise, Ghana youth, for your country. Your nation demands your devotion. Let us all unite to uphold and make her great and strong. We are all involved. We are all involved. We are all involved in building our motherland. Choboy! 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 Shall we resume our seat, please? Ladies and gentlemen, our leaders have spoken.
Eti for channel a ohwe video we also PENDREAM TV mpacho wahwe wi adwuntwa bia wo fa video yi no ho bia no send man e wo 0277128777 0277128777 e wo WhatsApp number no so send your voice ne bra na bebo magana fo nyina ate wonka
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase na so far so good say open online portal e wo Ghana nipa share nipa follow nipa comment here to my best of knowledge without any biases PENDREAM TV.